Hello, friends. Welcome to the first chapter of punctuations. Today, we will be dealing with the period or the full stop. And this lesson is presented to you by me, Amirtha Devrajan. I'm a student of English literature from Delhi University, and you can read this in order to know me better. Please follow me if you like my lessons, and also rate, review, recommend, share, and comment on my lessons. It would be great help from your side, and I'm all motivated by seeing your valuable feedback. So please do that for me. Okay, so let's start this chapter by understanding the difference between a comma and a full stop. The full stop says that we just better stop right now, but the comma says let's slow down and pause for a second. So this is the very basic difference between a comma and a full stop. A comma is just a pause, which that pause adds meaning to the sentence, whereas a full stop is an end of a sentence. The full stop is an end of a logical thought, a logical complete thought. So we will be discussing more about full stop in this lesson, and we will be discussing about comma later. So let's start with the discussion of a full stop. The period or the full stop. This little thing is a full stop. It is used as a knife to cut down sentences. Well, if we read a paragraph without full stops, it would be incoherent and you won't be able to understand what the writer is trying to say. So, in order to understand what the writer has to say, we need full stops, because you'll end up by merging all the pieces of information. So, we have to have a full stop at the end of every logical thought or sentence. One idea, then you have to put a full stop. Then you have to begin with another line, and then you have to put a full stop. Now let me just give you a very basic example. We will be talking about how to use comma and conjunctions later, but I'm just giving you a very basic idea of how to use a full stop at a very basic level. If I say that my name is Amirtha Devrajan, I end here and I put a full stop. The idea of the sentence is to introduce my name, and then I'm saying that I'm a student of English literature. Well, these two things are entirely different. These are two entirely different logical thoughts, so I cannot separate them by a pause, that is a comma. You have to use a full stop at these are completely two different ideas, though they are related, but you have to use a full stop here. Even if they are related, if they're different, I mean they are different thoughts, then you have to separate them with the full stop. Used at the end of a logical and complete sentence, that sounds right. You cannot put a full stop after I am and then say Amirtha Devrajan. A complete thought, and then you place a full stop at the end of that sentence. Now let's see where full stop is used. To mark the end of the sentence, which is not a question or an exclamation mark. When you ask a question, you put a question mark at the end of the sentence. You say, for example, where are you going? So this sounds like a question, and you put a question mark in order to indicate that it's a question. An exclamation mark is concerned with emotions. When you express something, you put an exclamation mark. If I want to say hello, then I put a full stop. But then if I'm expressing my happiness with hello, I'm saying hello. Then I have to put an exclamation mark in order to express my happiness by saying hello in a very different manner. Probably I'm delighted to see that person. So I'm saying hello. Then I have to put an exclamation mark. Now let's see the examples of where we use a full stop. Rome is the capital of Italy. Well, this is a complete thought, a complete sentence, and then we have to put a full stop. And then you can talk about Rome more, but one thought has ended here, so a full stop here. Another piece of information here: the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The fish swam in its bowl. Now we can also use commands with full stops. Sit down. Pick up the ball. Turn left at the next light. So one is to mark the end of a sentence. The second is to indicate an abbreviation. You must have seen doctor written as DR and then a dot. This is doctor. So the full stop is again used here to indicate an abbreviation. And 6 a.m., p.m., these have, different, they have a full form, but they are abbreviated with the help of a full stop. I will arrive between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Dr. Atul is on a leave today. If you just put a DR, it will sound like something else. So DR then a dot makes it doctor. Mrs. Sakshi is fond of pets. Moving on, periods are also used to separate whole numbers from decimals. 75 is different from 75.8. So that point H is again, that point is a full stop or a period, you may say. So it has definitely, a different meaning in the mathematical terms, but again, this is a period. I secured 75.8 in my board examinations. You also see how you differently read these full stops. I mean, when I was talking about doctor, you read it differently. At the end of the sentence, you read it differently. So every, dot that is a full stop has a different meaning. It adds different meaning to a sentence, in whatever context it is written. 14.17. So again, point, it's read as a point. Moving on. Period after a single word like stop, goodbye, hello. Well, these are read without emotions, but I just told you if you read it with emotions and there are some sort of emotions attached to this, then we will use an exclamation mark. We will come to that later when we talk about exclamation marks. So when you sing, you can also use a single word. You can also use a period after a single word like stop, goodbye, hello. Moving on, you also use the ellipsis. What is an ellipsis? Ellipses are three dots together like this, and it is completely left up to the readers how to interpret those dots. Let's see the examples. You must have seen ellipses. I don't know what to say. Now, in whatever context it is written, if you might, interpret it as, he's confused, he's sad, he's happy, he's maybe surprised. So if you read a novel or you read anything for that, so if you see ellipses, it's completely left up to you. You may think that he has nothing to say, so he's just putting an ellipsis. I wonder if the answer lies in that cave. So obviously when an ellipsis comes, you have to pause a bit. Moving on, I am going to talk about the errors which you have to avoid. See, now let's look at the wrong example which is given. Martin has been dating Mary for 10 years. They can't be persuaded to marry. Well, if you see, Martin has been dating Mary for 10 years. This is one thought. This is one different piece of information. They can't be persuaded to marry is another thought. Well, they are related. He's giving us the first fact in order to, support the second fact. But it's important to understand that these two different ideas cannot be, combined together with a comma. It has to be combined with a conjunction maybe, or you have to use a full stop in order to mark a difference between them. You have to put a full stop where you feel that one thought or one idea has ended. So the solution to this could be Martin has been dating Mary for 10 years. They can't just be persuaded to marry. Now let me give you another example how you can use conjunctions to link two sentences which are related, but you cannot use a comma to relate to different ideas. My friend just got a tattoo of a dragon on his back. John wants one too. Well, again, he separated this with a comma. My friend has got a dragon tattoo is different, and John wants one too is different thought. So you cannot separate it with a comma. You have to say that my friend just got a tattoo of a dragon on his back, and John wants one too. Or you can also put a full stop here. You have to put a comma and then you have to put an and if you do not want to put a full stop. But if you are putting a full stop, it's easier to understand and it's completely all right to do that. You do not have to confuse and mix up conjunctions if you're not sure about it. Let's move on to the last and final segment where you have to test yourself. If you are not able to answer this question, then I would advise you to contact me, and I'm always there at your service to help you get through these punctuations, because it's really important to understand full stop as it is one of the most important punctuation marks in the English language. So, which of the following sentences is correct? The cake is delicious. I want to eat more of it. The cake is delicious. I want to eat more of it. The cake is delicious. I want to eat more of it. Well, the three sentences are, the same sentences, and I have, used different punctuation marks in all three sentences. In the first one, I've used the comma. The second one, I've used the full stop. And in the third one, I've used a question mark. So I have to answer. So I'm going to answer. You are right if your answer is the second one. You cannot separate two different ideas with a comma, and a question mark comes when you're asking something. If you state a statement and put a question mark, it's absolutely wrong. The two different ideas have to be separated with the full stop, or you can also use the conjunction, but using a full stop is easier. So guys, this session ends here. Thank you. Have a nice day. Feel free to contact me in case of queries. Thank you.